current lifestyle, right? And then the second objective was to be able to make sure that we had income for our retirement years, right? But retirement doesn't have an age. I retired when I was 31 years old. So retirement does not have an age. But you have to get to a point at some point in your life where money has to be working for you, period. Or you're gonna work your whole life. And I understood that about my econ, okay? There's two challenges that we deal with in this capitalistic society called the United States of America. I love this country. But there are two issues that people are dealing with, two challenges that people are dealing with that really most Americans are really unaware of. Would y'all agree with me on that? Right? Number one, inflation. Silent killer. It's crazy. I'm 45 years old, right? I can remember, I'm from South Memphis, Tennessee. And I can remember now laters. How many of you guys remember now laters? Now laters was like 10 cents back in them days, right? Man, you gotta eat them. Now laters like 50 cents now. Like, what the, right? I can remember gas was like 99 cents. You know, you could put the thing in there and leave it for about 10 seconds. Now, you put it in there, you gotta take that joker right on back out. You put 20 bucks in there, right? Because of inflation. And then you got the chainsaw massacre, which is taxes. I have strong opinions about taxes. I'm not going to express them. But it's a silent killer. It's killing people. It's amazing what the IRS says about people overpaying their taxes. We're going to get to that in a second. Okay, third challenge, debt and less than ideal cash flow decisions. Big business. Brian always talks about it. You know, I never even really thought about it until Brian put it that way. How January we got what? New Year's, right? February we got what? Valentine's Day, right? March we got what? Spring break. April we got what? Easter. June. Mother's Day. Father's Day. July. 4th of July. August. September. October. November. December. Everything, right? It's just everything, right? Yeah. They always find a reason to have us spending our money based on tradition. And tradition has kept a lot of people broke, unfortunately, right? So, big business and less than ideal cash flow decisions. What makes us different? Like I just mentioned, sales versus strategies. Anybody can adjust a W-4, right? Anybody can do that. Anybody can learn a strategy. Anybody, right? Sales, it's a totally, completely different beast. You see what I'm saying? And again, in my 17 years of being involved in this great industry, I've seen and learned that most people struggle with sales and recruiting, and my econ was drastically different. And what's interesting also is this, about Brian. You know, the fact that he made $1 million when he was 22, 23 years old, lost it all and got it all back. You know, that's incredible. That's strategies at its best, right? That's a prime example of strategies at its best. The 369 financial transformation. I love systems. If you're taking notes, write this down. Systems succeed where people fail. Systems succeed where people fail. People used to always rant and rave about, man, where did you find the time to walk away from your job? Because I was always at my office. I literally used to work. The office would open from 9 to 6. I would be at the office from 7 in the morning to about 10 o'clock at night. And I did that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. My only off day was on a Sunday. And people used to be like, man, where did you find the time to build your business? Because you was always at the office. And I was telling them, right, y'all better come get on this train. Y'all better get on this train, quit playing. I'm not playing, I'm serious. And people couldn't figure out, where did you find the time? Systems. Systems succeed. I literally was working 5 to 10 hours a week in that business. That's it. I was working 100 plus hours a week. I didn't have the time. So I had to understand the power of systems. And you guys being here at Game Changer is a part of my econ's system, right? Because you constantly get training. You constantly get to be able to hang out and associate with people that are like-minded, right? I was looking at Facebook this morning and I saw or I think it was Terrence, was sharing on his wall where Alvin Curry, who was sitting down with someone sharing financial strategies. Now, these guys make 8, 9 figures. Like, that's a blessing to be able to sit down with someone, right? To be able to sit down with someone and have them teach you one-on-one financial strategies. Look, I made 9 figures. This is how you do it. That's priceless. That's priceless. You see what I'm saying? Because most people, God said in his word that faith comes from hearing. It's the only way you're going to have faith in anything or know anything, you got to hear it. So the fact that we're even able to hear the information, that's a blessing. You know why? Because there are people in this world that don't have no clue about this information. And you can't tell a brother like me, I'm from South Memphis, I'm from the hood, right? You can't tell a brother like me that you can legally make 50 grand a month without having to deal with one time the police, stuff like that. You can't tell me that. Right? You can't tell me that. You can do this legally? For real? Like, I remember, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. 17 years ago, when my mentor sat me down and drew the famous circles on the board. How many of you guys are familiar with the circles on the board? By the show of hands. The circles on the board, right? When he showed me that, I said, okay, that's awesome. He said, this is what you earn when you do something. I said, okay, this sounds familiar. Sounds like work, right? He said, but this is what happens. When this person does that, what you did, they get paid too. I said, really? So I've empowered somebody to make some money? That's crazy. He said, but hold up though. He said, you also earn this for what that person did. Like, for real, guys, I got emotional. I literally felt like God came down from heaven himself and gave me the scroll about this industry. When you create leverage through people, building a team of people, I couldn't freaking believe it, that was even possible. To be able to create leverage through plugging people into a system. You see what I'm saying? That's amazing, right? So, I love the fact that Brian has put together the 369 transformation here with my econ. Strategy number 1, W2, minimizing taxes, minimizing debt, minimizing expenses, right? Because the IRS again says that, look, man, most people are overpaying their taxes, right? That's where the wealth is at. Strategy number 2 is a business, basically cash, asset, cash. I remember I first heard that from Ivy Stokes. Like, that makes sense. Cash, get some cash, buy yourself an asset, and have that asset produce more cash. That's the name of the game, baby, right? So that's what this is, 369 transformation. And then the third strategy is in investments, right? An asset appreciation, dividends, capital gains. Let me run through this. Your investment with my econ. I remember when it was $2.99. How many of you guys was in the business when it was $2.99? Right? I looked at it, but I didn't look at it. I'm like, that ain't duplicatable. Most people will even though it was valuable at $2.99, most people don't see value in that. I saw value, but most people are not going to see value. And I understand how to build teams. $2.99, you know, people, you know, the Charlie Brown cartoon, the teacher in the classroom, like people, that's how people hear. All of this can sound great, but as soon as you get to $2.99, wah, 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 that's how you sound to these people, right? That's how you sound to them, man. So it's like, and again, I was already involved in something else. But the fact that my econ was $2.99, it really should be $6.99, to be honest with you. It should be $6.99. It really should. Because again, this is business ownership. We're sole proprietors. The moment you sign up with my econ, you immediately shift your tax bracket from W-2 to a 1099. The moment you do that, right? So 17 years ago, I understood that. I was single, no kids, making around $60,000 a year. We started off making $10 an hour, then got promoted to office manager, started making about $60,000 a year. No kids now. So y'all already know taxes was kicking my tail, right? Kicking my tail. But I read a book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And it exposed me to the idea of having a business, lowering my tax liabilities, right? So that made sense to me. Not $6.99, not $3.99, not $2.99, but 49 freaking bucks. $49.95 to get this incredible membership to start your business. Strategy, software, system success, all of that is even tax deductible, okay? And here what I had been referencing earlier by the IRS. They said that, man, listen, over 80% of Americans are overpaying their taxes. Here's what's crazy. This is on the IRS website. Why the hell is 100 million people overpaying their taxes?
They don't read.
Growing up, I used to hear, what you don't know don't hurt you. How many of y'all know that's one of the biggest lies ever told, right? Because what you don't know hurts you, your kids' kids. And that's a sin and a shame, as my grandmother would say. That's a sin and a shame. I'm a little bit too excited. Let me wrap this up. This is a part of our back office, and this is what's extremely powerful, man, for the average person who really, really, really want to change their financial situation. This is very powerful because this company allows you, first of all, you go from W-2, 28, 33 down to a lower tax bracket, okay? Work, I pay less taxes, I spend. That's the formula in my economy. You're looking at this business income right here, right? Tax savings, less expense, debt eliminated, growth on assets and investments, total cash flow acquired. You gotta have cash flow, guys. Income won't create freedom for you, cash flow will. You understand what I'm saying? Let me repeat what I just said. Income won't create freedom for you, cash flow will. You have to have cash flow. Working, whether you work or not, whether you sleep or not, whether you vacation or not, you have to have money working for you. Now, what I'm about to do, I'm about to bring up some people who have had success at applying this strategy right here, okay? So at this time, I want to yield the floor to about 10 people that Brian has suggested that you guys come up and share your quick testimony. So we're going to take a real quick break from me speaking, and I'm going to bring up 10 people.